I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good
We got a
night.
jam-packed show tonight. Scotty, how are
Uh,
you?
Sook, listen, I don't know how many more people we could jam into this show at once. We're gonna need a bigger boat, dude.
Dude,
We
I
are
don't
gonna
know.
need a
I
bigger
went and
boat.
took my Mother's Day morning and I got myself a facial. It was so nice. I
Oh,
was so relaxed.
nice.
And then, of course, everything goes downhill as soon as the kids come in.
Look at you. You're all scrubbed,
I'm
facialed.
scrubbed. I didn't even want to put anything on my face or anything like that because I was like, I'm going to let my skin breathe. I'm going to let it be all natural.
Yes, let
So
it
people are going to see
breathe.
my face for whatever it's at on national TV. It's okay.
Let it breathe. Suki, I go makeupless every night. You will be fine.
I know. Guys
I
get to
know.
be gorgeous all the time.
I don't know why my lights are always so, but everything's all of a sudden very bright on me in this room.
Great. You feel like you look bright? I think you look great.
Too bright. Too bright right there on the forehead, Suk. Listen, we have some kind of show tonight. We got Lyte Burley. Well, I love his name. He's a martial artist. He's got this system, 52 blocks, and it's 52 ways to block and be on the defensive. And they came up with it. They came up with it in prison, Suk.
Right.
John DiDomenico, you know him he made headlines as the Trump impersonator, been on Howard Stern.
He's been on our show too, right?
He's been on our show twice. He's been on a show called Let's Be Real, which is on Fox. Their final show airs Thursday night, tomorrow night at 9:30. And then we have this singer, Michael McCall. Wait till you hear this guy. Country music right out of Nashville. And it's going to be a great show. So if it's okay with you, you want to get it started?
Let's get it started right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get it started in here.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
It's musical. It's magical.
Whoa!
This
is the sexy show. Someone's getting some action.
These larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You just got George's earwax all over your ears, bud.
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
Let's laugh together. Suk, amazing show tonight. You know what we have on tomorrow night?
No, who do we have on?
A guy by the name of Eric Roberts.
Oh my God, Eric Roberts tomorrow. Yes.
Julia Roberts'
You know
brother.
that I'm not on tomorrow night, right? It's a Phil night tomorrow.
Oh, is tomorrow night a Phil night? You're not
That's
here?
the night
That was
Phil that I had to reschedule from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So I didn't realize that. I forgot that was the Thursday night where you rescheduled.
Phil night, yeah.
You're going to miss Eric Roberts, huh?
I know, I'm sad.
And we got a great singer. Josh Stevens going to be on. So it's going to be a good show. But tonight, we handle first, Suk. The first thing on the docket. Listen, before we get to our guests, you know when people take selfies and they don't really come out the way you planned, or somebody gets behind you, like they're called selfie fails? I got a couple of them for you that I pulled off the old
Hashtag fail, right, Scott?
Yeah, the old interwebs. So I just wanted to show you a couple that I thought were pretty funny. So, for example, there was a woman who decided to take a selfie with a camel, I think, or a giraffe. And that it didn't go well while she was taking the shot because he tried to eat her head.
Smelliest, most disgusting things.
Imagine what the tongue of a camel feels like.
A tongue of a camel kind of feels like sandpaper.
I can imagine. I can imagine it wouldn't be very soft. Then you have this guy who takes a little shot. He's got
I see his bum.
He's got his tush out there. I don't think
great tush.
You think he realizes that his tushy's in the shot?
Oh yeah,
he's got to know, right?
The first thing you see.
He's got to know.
He's got a great tush, though.
Yes, he's got nice buns, Suki. Nice buns.
He's got nice buns.
Then you got this guy. This was the shot. Remember this shot at the Emmys with Ellen took the shot with all the people? Well, this is the shot from behind it.
Who's the woman in the blue?
That would be Liza Minnelli, who is nowhere near. If you look at the selfie up top, she's nowhere near. She should have stood on the chair because she's got no shot of getting into that picture. So that was the behind the scenes of that shot. Then you got this guy who's pretending that his girlfriend caught him sleeping. Meanwhile, look at the picture in the mirror. He's holding it with his foot.
Oh my God.
He writes, LOL, Bay caught me sleeping.
Fail.
He's got no Bay. He's got nothing.
But can I tell you something? That's pretty impressive that he can do all that with his toes.
He's got good feet skills, huh?
Wow.
He's doing that with his eyes closed and with
what
his
can
feet.
You do with your toes? I can't do that.
No, I can't do that at all. And here's another one. Look at this
So
girl.
that really isn't a fail. That's really good.
Yeah. She writes the traffic ugh because she wants to get a selfie in. But look at her glasses, Suk. There's nobody.
My God, it's like
there's nobody
sailing.
There's nobody on the road. She just wanted.
Funny.
She needed an excuse to make up a selfie. Two more to go. Then you got this guy who took a shot with his kid with the dog. The dog happens to be taking a poop in the back. And then you got this one, which is great. Here's a team photo in the locker room.
There's a guy in the shower. I can get right away.
Everybody's celebrating. You got the one guy in the shower.
Holy crap. That's funny.
I love that. And I don't know if he's screaming, but it's just so funny. They don't even realize. Like the guy with the big smile right in front. You got the guy in the back.
Kid.
Yeah. He's rubbing his Johnson back there with the soap.
It doesn't look like he's rubbing his Schwanson.
Suk, you ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
We have a gentleman about to join us. Name is Lyte Burley. I love his name, by the way. That used to be my radio name in school. Lyte Burley coming at you here on SUCFM. The guy's a martial artist. He has this system called 52 blocks. We're going to talk about it. He also is a pretty good music rap kind of guy. Here he is. I'll bring you in on the other side.
I'm Hemingway's. Grace under pressure, give me my credit now. I won't live forever. I'm running lights, but never running lights. Fight music. My hands are up. I'm down to fight. We can scrap, we can rumble, square off, run it back, catch the fade, let them hands play. It's on sight, the warrior's way. Hands clenched, knuckles bruised, nothing to lose. No escape, no cape, there's a hero in you. My blood's pumping, nothing but that diesel I'm trucking. Big rigs, no capping, we big wigs. Live life like it's lost now. Anger has a price it costs, nothing to smile. Head bow, I vow, later, do it now. What you're putting off is never getting off. Victorious, we glorious. You know the name, we warriors. Built for war, armor tank up to inspire. Spread like wildfire, paintbrush my desire. Broad stroke, clock broke, it's never quitting time. I don't just run the race, kid, I finish lines.
Broad stroke, clock broken, ain't never quitting time, Suki. Let's bring him in. There he is.
Lyte Burley, what's up?
Lyte, unmute your microphone. Unmute your mic. You got to unmute that.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. That was an excellent rollout. Thank you so much.
That was a good one.
Hold on,
I'm
man.
an over the hill rapper, but I still got it just a little bit.
Yeah.
No, we're over the hill. We're the ones that are over the hill. You're keeping us legit right now.
Thank you.
Lyte, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on.
Well, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. This is big. I've watched you a lot, Suki. I feel like I know you. I've seen so many programs. Thank you.
Wait, Lyte, were you on Fine Love Live with Suki last summer?
Lyte, so tell us about 52 blocks. I mean, let's get into it. I mean, it's an interesting program.
It's the only fighting system that centers around self-preservation. So, you go into your local boxing gym and you have, beat a man up, kick a man's butt. And 52 centers on that not happening to you. So I teach a lot of defensive, evade, blocking techniques. It's the only martial arts system that is exclusively defense.
Yeah, no, I've been watching stuff all day long, and watching you, just meeting people in the streets, and you're giving them lessons. And I was reading how you love to just spar with strangers in the streets, right?
That was part of my that was one way to bring some attention to what I was doing. Was I told other martial arts, come spar friendly. Sometimes it got out of hand, but most of the time it was under a controlled environment, and it worked out well, and it's brought me all the way here. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
I love it, man.
And I've taught certain places. I've worked with a guy that was Dominic Izzle, who was Chicago PD, and he said what we loved about it was all defense. Like we get some of these systems that are teaching you to break necks, and we can't do that. So right. He said we loved it because it was all defense. So I pride myself on teaching the art of non-fighting.
So how did you get to that whole process of non-fighting and just being on the defense as opposed to, like everybody's so hot-headed these days. Everybody's flying off the cuff. Everybody's nobody's really listening. That's one.
That's true.
And then when they do take action, it doesn't get you where you really need to be.
Exactly.
So what are you trying to teach on the back end?
Well, self-preservation. I think like with any art, the more you do it, it kind of goes past the physical, and then it kind of seeps into what we say is mind, body, spirit. So when you do a defensive art, like my teacher used to call boxing the fire art, because once you learn how to hurt somebody, it's almost like you want to go out and hurt somebody. Mm-hmm. But when you're learning the art of self-preservation, you start finding other ways to get out of the fight, which I say is your mouth is probably your best utensil of diffusing the fight, and having that self-preservation system in you choose that route over I'm going to punch him in the face,
right.
Which could be a temporary fix to a long problem. So so
turn it into a bigger problem, right?
Exactly. I've had fighters that competed, and one thing I can say is we lost. I never had to carry a fighter out of the ring because of our defense. He lost on points, but he was never knocked out. And I think that is the key to sticking around and being a good fighter, is not to get your eggs scrambled too early.
Yeah, I love it. Lyte, listen, man, we have a lot of women who watch this show, whether we're doing it live now or they'll watch it later on all the different platforms. Uh-huh. Is this a good self-defense program for females?
Oh, it's the best. I don't want to poo-poo on the systems that are out there, but once again, a lot of the systems tell you to engage and fight. And what I taught is evade and escape. And a lot of the feinting moves and the blocking moves work well with teaching women in this art. And my daughter, who went to Morgan State, she had me do a seminar, and I'm thinking it was for the guys, but when I got there, it was for the girls.
For the girls.
And I'm like, I can't have these gals beating up on each other. So it was like evade, slip, duck, run, and they loved it. It's more realistic than you're going to sit there and have a Bruce Lee moment with them. It's best to to kind of defend, escape, and look for your exit, and that's what I teach.
I mean, there were so many I don't know why, I still watch a lot of the news, and there was a lot of kids who abductions and kids getting taken off a school bus stop. Predators are everywhere, and for women, and especially just women in general, there's always that situation that can always escalate quickly between a man and a woman. So it's really important for women to get that moment and then run, or go get help or call 911, whatever you got to do.
Whatever you have to do. Even for my male counterparts, I always tell them that it's not a Bruce Lee movie. If you're being engaged by one or more opponent, you're really looking for your exit. You're buying time, and the footwork, the slips, the duck, the feints that I teach people really work. And when someone's aggressively trying to go for you, these feints work. They fall into emptiness, as we say, and you find your way towards the exit.
Love it. And people can actually, they could work with you and learn online, right? Doesn't even have to be in person.
Yes, no, I'm blessed to have 2 online courses. One is learn-martialarts.com and one is advanced.lightburley.com, which is more for like the advanced fighters that don't want to go through the steps of my other course, which is really a beginner's guide. So yeah, I put it out there so we can cover the advanced people, the beginners, and teach them that defense is the elephant in the room. And it's not cool. It's kind of like the kid that studies a lot, and nowadays he's unconsidered cool until he owns a tech company. That's defense.
right.
Defense may not be cool, but it will save your life.
It'll save your life. Oh, that's
and make you some money too while you're at it. Right?
Some money while you're at it.
So funny. Lyte, I got it. Where'd you get? Who gave you that name, Lyte? Is that your birth name?
Well, I got the name light skin because of my skin complexion, and Burley I got from Charlie Burley, which was a boxer.
Oh, okay.
Died a sanitation worker because he was never given a chance during the during the days when it was hard for black fighters to get a shot at the title. He kind of was too good, as they said, and I really loved his fight. He only has one fight. I loved it so much. I adopted his name and created the name Lyte Burley.
Wow.
Yes, to bring his name some fame and attention to who he was.
What an honor.
Yeah, he was one of the few boxers I fell in love with, and his story was tragic. He was ducked by Sugar Ray Robinson, which is
really
big because Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest to ever lace up. And his trainer said, "We'll have him for dinner, but never for a fight." So went Charlie Burley's career, but hopefully I've brought a little name to a little light to his name, and that's how I created.
That's wild. Thing. Listen, if you took the name Lyte because of your skin color, I gotta be double extra light. If that's the way. Yeah, really.
Translucent Burley. Hey,
I'm bordering on it. Yeah, I'm bordering on Irish Lyte, for God's sake. But Lyte, listen, so there's actually 52 ways to block somebody. Is that because I noticed you got the cards, right? So there's 52 cards.
Yes, that was a very good promotion because for some reason 52 blocks has always been based around the cards. It was a myth going around that they would throw the card deck on the ground and you would have to pick up the cards while they threw punches at you. I'd never really figured out if that was a real thing. It would be very hard to do, but what I decided to do was make a deck of the defensive moves, which isn't 52, and I made another deck of like punches, so you can play a game of using the defense in kind of a card game type of manner. It was just some being creative with the shapes, but there's really like 30-something shapes, but in the kata, certain moves repeat themselves. That the name actually came from the 5% Nation, who 5 + 2 is 7, and it kind of fit their ideology. But it was the name that stuck for some reason. I think is because 5 and 2 are very sexy numbers, and the word blocks. The word block is a very big use now. It has very big uses, and I'm going to block you. You're being blocked. Yeah. So I think just the combination of time it made the name very.
They're sexy when you're throwing dice too. I think the 5 and the 2. Yeah. Lyte, give it to us again, man. Where could people catch you online so they could take your courses?
Oh, you can lightburley.com is the website. I got the books, the cards, the apparel. Advanced.lightburley.com is the course, and learn-martialarts, all one word.com is the course. I also have a YouTube channel, 52 Blocks Info, where I pump out videos daily, breaking down some things and giving my input on defensive fighting.
And what some people are saying, that you should go into schools to teach kids, how to defend themselves. More importantly, the act of, maybe just communication and, if you're and not taking it out into the streets,
Oh, I just think the confidence you get from defense is I always tell my kids, it's like being in a firefight and one guy has no vest and the other guy has a vest. You have defense gives you a certain amount of confidence to walk away from a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
You need a certain amount of confidence to walk away from a fight. People don't really understand that phenomenon. Like my teacher would say, who fights? People who don't know how to, and he was correct. He's on the world star of hip hop. We don't see Mayweather on the streets giving us a free fight.
Right.
So, once you have that confidence of defense, it really gives you the ability to walk around fights. And even if you do engage, you can save each other and save your opponent and end up making a friend. So I just think that the power of defense and what it is, it should be taught to kids early, because kids are being faced with this. I teach my daughters. I had one guy that brought me into a school that was for young kids that it was their last stop. Either they fixed there or they went to jail. And it was amazing. Like I really touched them, and I can see that, having the thought of like, I'm okay, I'm good, can really seep into other parts of your life.
Oh, yeah.
And
having somebody believe in them and saying that there is a possibility that this isn't your last stop, that there is more to life than that.
Yes.
You know what they say? The best defense is always the best offense. That's
right.
The best offense is the best defense.
Oh, whatever. I was a defensive player. I knew something like that. Whatever. I was always on D.
My favorite is offense wins fights, defense wins championships.
There you go.
There you go.
Lyte, listen, man, thank you so much. Keep being a badass, and congrats to you, my friend. Continued success, bud.
Thank you.
Enjoy, my man. Listen, if I see you on the street in the city, we'll start kicking it a little.
I got some lessons for you. If you see me, I got free lessons for you. Thank you. Stay
Lyte
blessed.
Burley and extra Lyte Burley going at it. Take care, bud.
All right.
See you later, Lyte. So nice meeting you. Bye-bye. Good luck to you.
Take care, my man. Good guy. What a good guy. Suki, you don't want to, listen, I know he's always on defense, but you don't want to mess with him, right?
And he's so right. Only the, people that don't know how to fight, and the people
right.
Know how, they always walk away. They're like, I'm going to kill you.
Absolutely.
Walk away.
Unless you're Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse, then he's kicking some. Swayze's kicking some ass, right?
That was good. That was really good. Lyte Burley, giving back.
Yeah, listen, guys, great defensive course. So go check him out. You can find him online. He's got some great stuff. Suk, our next guest, has been on the show twice before now, I believe. This would be his third time. John DiDomenico. Caught lightning in a bottle with the whole Trump impersonation over the last 4 years, and God, he's been on every news channel. He's been on Stern, but he's been on a show called Let's Be Real on Fox, and it's a puppet, political views puppet show, really funny. And he, of course, has played the voice of Trump. So tomorrow night on Fox, 9:30 is the final show. And the guy who produces it is Robert Smigel. He's been in so many things. He's written so many things with who did I tell you before? I can't remember his name from Grown Ups. What's his name? I just love Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah. He and Smigel are buddies. They write a lot of stuff together. But anyway, John been playing Trump in this Fox show. Check it out, and then we'll bring him in on the other side.
Oh, that was
Now streaming.
Remember what you're going to say.
Trump, bad.
Politicians.
Former Attorney General.
Pop culture.
America.
And puppets.
Hi, Stormy. Guess who?
Oh, God.
Let's Be Real. Watch anytime on these platforms.
Thank you so much for the plug. Thank you so much. It was tremendous, I have to tell you.
John, so you got Stormy in that room with you a little bit?
I got to work with her, and when you're told you're working with someone from that side of the entertainment industry, you're not really expecting them to have comedic timing, but she had the best comedic timing. I was really amazed how funny she was, and she didn't overplay it. It was really great.
Yes, well, I know she
wants that particular sketch. It's got a great outline where she goes, "Don't ever talk to me. I don't want to see you. I never want to hear from you again." So I'm like, "Oh, so you want to get married?" It was very funny.
It's so, it's great, man. Even, because usually I was so used to seeing you with the Trump hair and the makeup. Yeah. Even without that stuff now, when you turn into him, your face turns into him. It's
crazy. It's a funny thing. I'm really good at my face is very rubbery, and people, when I used to do Columbo and I had folks, I hate to bother you. One more thing, folks. You were having a ham sandwich when I walked in, weren't you? Didn't you say you were a vegetarian, sir?
So funny.
That sounds just like
it's also like with Austin Powers, baby. Yeah. Yeah, but oh, behave, Suki.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really great. And look, dude, I've been hearing you so much on Howard Stern.
Is that like a dream? Oh my God. I've been listening to him since I was probably in college.
Yeah, you're a regular now.
Yeah, it blows my mind. It really blows my and to hear him say my name and to get to interact with him. And one of the last times I was on, we kind of went through the entire script and he kept me on for 45 minutes. And even the producers are texting me going, he never does this. He never does this. Howard loves you. And I'm like, thank God. And it's just the coolest thing with all the people I went to high school with and college. And it's, I work so much but a lot of stuff not everyone sees. And Howard is just like this unbelievably, the guy reinvented radio. I mean, honestly, So
he's
one
my
of the best
favorite
interviewers ever, really.
You know what? Isn't it amazing how he's I don't know I want to transformed into that, but what people say in his interviews, and even people like, Paul McCartney and
it all gets picked up.
Yeah, he gets so much out of them, but it's really great. He has as everyone knows, he has an amazing team, and I'm so lucky, and I'm really grateful that he trusts me because I write most of what I say, which is kind of mind-blowing to me when the script comes back and most of my stuff is intact. So it's really gratifying. It's just been such an amazing thing. So
people don't realize the stuff that goes into it. They think, you call in and bingo, you're off and running, but there's a lot that goes into it. And when I hear you, when I'm in the car in the morning and I'm like, that's our guy. That's our guy, Johnny.
Howard, can you hear me? Howard, can you hear me? And he just, and we were doing it for a while I was getting into full makeup. I would get up at 2 a.m, get into full makeup, be ready by my call was 3:50 a.m. Yeah, there's the White House set, 3:50 a.m. And then at 4 a.m. they'd say, okay, you're holding, and Howard would either have me right out of the gate or he would wait and find that right moment. But and I'm like, I'm just amped up, like waiting to go on.
Coffee, caffeine.
Red Bull coffee, and then Samantha, the producer's like, okay, 30 seconds. I'm like, and then I'm like, hello, Howard, how are you? Good to see you. How was everything?
And then when you're done, there's no going back to sleep, right?
Nope. I am wide awake.
Jacked up.
And then all my friends back east in New York and Philadelphia, then they start texting me, and it's just, oh God.
What's weird? It's like, he's been so quiet, Trump, right? So do you get to infer, do you get to kind of put your 2 cents into okay.
I wrote a script. What I want to do right now is I want to buy a tiny desk, that's / desk. I want to buy, and it's from the tiny desk of President Trump. I took it from the White House, and I want to do a whole thing on how Biden has messed up the first 100 days. He's the worst. He hasn't golfed. He hasn't fired anybody. No one's been indicted. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. And look at Israel. They're fighting. Under me, nobody fought. Everyone loved each other. It's sad. It's really sad.
That is dead on. John, you know what? I pulled one of the older videos, which was always one of my favorites. It's about a minute long when you were talking about your negative COVID test.
Well, that's what got me on Howard.
Yeah, that's what got. So watch this. And it's fantastic. Watch this.
Hello, everyone. As we've now learned, a number of world leaders have tested positive for coronavirus. Well, my test was negative, as you all know. In fact, it was so negative that the doctor said they never saw a negative number so low. They said it was beautifully negative. They were very, very impressed. It was perfect. It was perfectly negative, tremendously negative. Actually, they've never seen a test this negative before in history. And my doctor, He said it best. It was the greatest negative score of anyone who's ever taken the coronavirus test. You know, other people have tested negative, but no one's tested close to where I tested in the negative spectrum of negativity. And that's what I've been told. I've also been told by my doctors that this is going right into the textbooks. That's not me saying that. That's the doctors. That's the medical people. I'm going right into the textbooks because of my unique negative to the coronavirus. It was so negative, it was positive. That's how negative it was. It actually went to the other side of the negativity and went positive. I'm the only positive negative person they've ever seen. Even Dr. Fauci said that. Dr. Fauci, he doesn't even like me. He doesn't even like me.
Oh, John, if I could do that, man, I'd be pranking people all day long if I could get that voice going. Unbelievable.
The good thing is with the slowdown, I've actually been back practicing a lot of the other voices because it was like 24/7 is Trump. So I can work on, Bill Clinton now and people like that, and work on.
Well, what about this guy right here?
Oh yeah, I love Kramer. Gosh. Is he great, Kramer? I just like he's just mad money. I just love the way he talks. There's a little bit. You know what's funny? I just realized he kind of sounds like Mayor Giuliani when he talks like that.
Put the picture up, Scotty.
Hold on. There you go.
Was it the Ukrainians? Lev and the other guy, Igor. I don't know them. But I do like a cigar. 9/11.
Oh man, that's great. What about this guy?
Oh, hey, it's me, Dr. Phil, and today is going to be a changing day in your life. And I want you to know something. You can put a kimono on a squirrel and he still won't speak Japanese. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now you get it. Okay.
Oh my God.
And wait, the last one. How about him? I know you did.
Yeah, I already did it. You know what? I should do Dr. Evil because I've already done Austin Powers. Scott, you're just not evil enough. You're quasi-evil. You're semi-evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie.
So good.
I love Mike Myers so much. And I've been working on Owen Wilson. Hi, I'm Owen Wilson. How are you? And I thought, wait a minute, this is really just Wayne from Wayne's World. All right, excellent. Hi, I'm Wayne Campbell from Aurora, Illinois. Excellent. Swing.
Oh, that's so funny, man. You are phenomenal. And listen, you've been getting your due, and it's great. And you have coming up on June 5th. You were with Jeremy. Look at his lineup. Yeah. So Jeremy Piven, Darrell Hammond.
Jimmy Shin, Eugenia Kazmina, who's like this Russian supermodel, and I'm not kidding, she really is, who does comedy in LA. And I'm just amazed by because he's so well known. And Darrell was one of the judges both times when I did the national contest on The View and the international contest at the Laugh Factory. This is my award. This is what I won from The View. This is this is what I got for winning. And Darrell was one of the judges. And when I went to LA to perform, he was the judge again. So then we did a bunch of news shows together because I just think Darrell is amazing.
Yeah, and he used to do Clinton on SNL, right?
And you know what's so great about him, and one of the things that makes him unique is he always did an amazing impression of whoever he was doing, but he always imbued it with like the secret sauce. And with Clinton, he always made Clinton very sexy. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. And I was just like, because right before him, what's his name was doing it. I forgot that he passed away. Unfortunately, I was a big fan.
Yes, I know exactly. He played on that news radio.
Yes, series. Exactly. Phil Hartman.
There you go.
Phil Hartman was doing it, and he was doing it, and Phil Hartman was amazing too. But he was doing a straight impression, and that's the beauty of Darrell. He takes whatever voice he does, he just imbues this like one level of secret sauce. The impression is always there, but there's always that extra thing. Even with his Trump, he just did something different. I just love that.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
So talented. Yeah, but I'm really excited, and to be in a lineup with him, with so many great comedians, I'm really, really excited to be doing that. And it's at a place called Notoriety here in Las Vegas, and it's a great. We're at full capacity here.
I was gonna say, is it open? Is it all open? Everybody's.
For the last 3 weeks, most of the hotels, pardon me, have been sold out.
Wow.
Which is unusual for this time of year. Coming into Memorial Day, yes, it definitely gets busy, but coming out of the pandemic, it just kind of just zoomed right up. But we're very lucky. I got vaccinated back in February.
Right.
So we were kind of ahead of the curve, and it's a small town, honestly.
Yeah.
There's only like 2.5 million people here. So it was a lot. There was a lot of participation to get vaccinated, to get people on board, to get people back, because, unlike New York, tourism's important, but it won't make or break the city. Pretty much, if you don't have tourism here, there's not a lot going on.
You're done.
No, but John, I mean, like tourism is without tourism, it's killing New York City.
Yeah.
They're desperate to get people back in Broadway, all of it, the clubs, everything, the hotels.
Yeah. Every time I talk to somebody who lives there, like you two, or they'll videotape a street scene for me, I still can't get over how empty the streets
It's still
are.
empty. Yeah, it's still pretty empty. As much as it's coming back, it's still pretty empty.
Yeah. Well, we're coming back in September. I want to see some shows and help. I love New York, and I want to come back. I want to see some Broadway shows and see some friends, and maybe get a get spot at one of the clubs.
Oh, hey, man.
That way I can write the whole trip off, just so you know.
That's it. They all know you now, believe me. So let's be real on Fox.
Yes.
The show's been on for the season. The final show's Thursday, tomorrow night, 9:30. So listen, I was Robert Smigel is like a legend in the business.
He really is. And just quickly, he's intersected with every single big name comedian in some way. And you were talking about Adam Sandler before.
Yeah.
He wrote The Zohan, and he wrote Hotel Transylvania, and of course all the sketches that he wrote on SNL, and the Ambiguously Gay Duo, and TV Funhouse, and Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, and he was the head writer on the Dana Carvey show. And who was on the Dana Carvey show that he cast? Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert. I mean,
all those guys.
And he knows comedians. He knows what he wants. I feel so grateful. Again, Howard and Robert Smigel, getting to work with these guys in the past 2 years has just been amazing. And believe me, as somebody my age who's like fought to stay in this business, like half the time you want to quit. But to get this far down the road, and then these wonderful things happen, it really re-energizes you and recommits you to the work that you have to do to be a comedian, to be an impressionist, to write comedy, and make a living at it, which is the most important thing.
And the beautiful
mortgage company.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about doing a puppet show is you don't have to get dressed, just your voice.
It is the best to be sitting with all this voice talent. The guy who does Joe Biden, his name is Piat. Yeah. Well, I was pointing to the screen like that's him. But Piat does Biden. He does Pence. He does Giuliani on the show. He's just an immensely talented guy with so many voices, and he's so funny. And he and I will just run through voices. Like we'll do Christopher Walken and just do a walk-off back and forth, and come up with material, and then we'll both go into our, what's his name, Morgan Freeman, and then Nick Cage, and Ozzy Osbourne, man, Sharon, and it just keeps us warmed up, and we just go and go and go, and then like action, and we just jump in and do the scene.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Give me a little trumpage while I have this up.
Well, I'm so excited. The last episode of Let's Be Real on Fox, FOX, is on tomorrow night. It's going to be absolutely incredible. 9:30. Check your local listings. And if everyone watches in the entire country, at least the people who voted for me, 75 million, then the show will get renewed for the fall. Please, God. Please renew us. Please.
Well, listen, I think you mentioned that you might be able to get a Smigel for this show.
Right. I sent him an email, and I texted him, and
love to have him. Listen, last night we had on Phil Rosenthal.
Right. And John, is it John Michael? I forget.
John Michael Higgins was on last night.
I love him.
So funny, so good. Yeah. The ultimate actor, news anchor, game show host. I mean, the
full
guy
head of hair.
Full head of hair.
All those Christopher Guest films. He was just brilliant in every single one.
And listen, it wouldn't hurt if we got Jeremy Piven on to promote that comedy night.
Yeah,
that wouldn't hurt.
I actually talked to our PR person, so that might be happening.
Really?
Hammond, we'll take anybody.
Yeah, definitely Carol too.
Tomorrow night we got Eric Roberts stopping by.
How cool is he?
Oh my God!
The Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
Batman. I mean, God.
What was the movie he was? Was it Runaway Train?
Yes.
With what's
John
his name?
Voight, right?
With John Voight. Charlie, I can't do it, Charlie. And they're on the train, right? And it's going through the frozen. What a great movie that was.
He's the best. I mean, he just eats scenery, and him and Pacino in a scene together, the screen would explode.
Yeah. He's in a new movie coming out. I think it's called The Elevator. It's like a mystery. And we have a Tony Darrow's coming on from that movie. And
from Goodfellas, right?
Yeah, and Big Puss, Vince. What's his last name? Suk Pastore. Yeah, Vince Pastore's coming on.
That's quite a lineup. That's quite.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, Johnny. We've been doing. Listen. We started this thing back last March,
right?
Kind of as a hobby, just goofing around. I think the first time you came on, Suki, I think her signal crapped out. It was just you and me. Right, so it wasn't even working. We were on Zoom, but since then, man, 100,
that's right.
The first time we were on Zoom, 180 shows later, and it's just we're on everybody's.
Really remarkable how hard everyone's working during the pandemic. It's incredible. I do love this platform. I've been on SteamYard and a couple things. I love how you have the Facebook comments come up. It looks better.
Yeah.
It's just they've kind of cracked the code for these type of things.
Yeah, and we're on. Once we're off Facebook and the show, records, we're on 7 different platforms now.
Yeah.
So in the morning, I'll send this show out to all these different platforms, so you'll get even more, plugs. But it's just been amazing. So we're on all over the place, and we're still looking for that big hit, baby.
You're killing it. You're killing it, baby. Yeah, baby.
It's
there
great.
Was shag now and shag later. Let's do both.
It's so good. Have you been working on anybody new? Like, do you try to formulate?
Well, I've been working on Dr. Fauci. I've been working on Fauci. Yeah, I've been doing the Fauci thing. But I'm trying to figure out, like with so many of these characters that I've done for so long, I can just kind of go into the improv of it. But with him, with certain ones, you have to figure out like what's the premise, like how can I just kind of stretch it out and make it make sense.
The best part, John, is when Fauci gets angry, but he can't tell you that he's angry. But,
right.
Sorry, my daughter's doing it in
front. Yeah, the ballerina. I know. I love how I love when he goes up. It was at Paul Ryan. I just love it. It's like, I'm a doctor. You're a chiropractor. Ophthalmologist. Pardon me, ophthalmologist. Whatever it was. I just thought it was hilarious. Fauci had that in his quiver. He was for that one.
John, listen, before you go, isn't it amazing that back when we had you on the first time, right? After everything's been done and the vaccines are out now, and I was at a gym today where you don't need masks anymore.
Right.
Could you think back to last year when the president was like, maybe we throw some ultraviolet light?
That was my favorite.
You drink a little Clorox.
I love when he just looked at when he looked at Dr. Did you think we could do like with the bleach? Would that work? Or the UV light? Right? It's called ultraviolet, right? Ultraviolet light. It gets in there and it just fights the kung flu. Is that right? Okay. That's what it is. UV, ultraviolet. A lot of people don't know that.
That's perfect.
He's got it down.
I loved it. I've watched that a lot because I transcribed it because I was just doing a lot of sketches on that stuff. But what really cracked me up was with Dr. Burks. Like, when someone's like,
her face is like,
is he looking at me? I'm not here. It's like when a guy comes on to a woman in a bar. Go away.
Brooke did not know what to say. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna."
We're working on that, right? We're working on that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good. I think that's a good one. I love 409. I love 409. It's great stuff. Great stuff.
Johnny, the folks from Scotland are loving you right now.
Oh, you know what's really, it's so funny. I have it actually, I'm not kidding when I say this, I have a following in Scotland. I don't know why, but I have all these people on my fan page like, we love you in Scotland. We love you in Scotland. We love you in Scotland. And I love the Scottish people. I have some Scottish friends here. I would love to go over and perform at the Fringe Festival. So if anyone's watching from Scotland, contact me through my fan page. Let me know where I can be.
Yeah, no, listen, man, with this stuff, the world's a much smaller place. But listen, so tomorrow night, Thursday night, 9:30, Let's Be Real on Fox.
Right.
You got
a big centerpiece sketch where we're in Mar-a-Lago. I can never say anything, but it's a great sketch with a lot of celebrity characters that are from the show that you've seen before and some additional ones. And it's like a huge set. It's a big set piece bit that's going to probably either open or close the show. It's only 22 minutes.
Awesome.
But it's pretty funny. So,
I love it, man. I love it. Johnny, listen, man, congrats on all your success. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you, Suki. Thank you, Scott. Thanks for having me back. I love you guys. You're the best.
And I will all those impersonations it did, I'll be clipping those and throwing them up on social too. So
I can't wait till you get nail Fauci. I need to see it.
I got to come up with something for Fauci. I'll have to do them like this though. I'll have to do them like, hey, can you hear me? It's me, Dr. Fauci.
I'll tell you, you sound just like him already.
I've got that scratchy Northeast voice. So.
Oh man! Wait! Before you go, just give me Peter Falk one more time. That was great.
Sir, I hate to bother you. Is this what am I on here? It says StreamYard. Is that right, sir? I'm a little confused. Can you validate for my car, by the way, through towing it?
He was good. You'd always think he was a moron, and then before he left, he'd always hit you with that last question where you were busted.
Yeah, I love that show because it was the only show ever. When we were growing up, there were so many of those murder mystery shows, but it was the only show that showed the murder first and the murderer.
Right. Yeah. They would show you who the person was.
Show you who it was right up front. But I always thought at the end when the guy would go, "You got me, Columbo," and they just sorry, that doesn't happen, folks.
Right, you got me.
You got me, Columbo.
Man. John, thank you, man. Listen, we love you, pal. Keep
love you guys too. Thank you so much. See, have a great night.
You too, my man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. From Vegas.
Oh man, Suki, he is great.
Hysterical. People are just like, that was the funniest.
Everybody's cracking up. Suk,
I think spot on, Scotty. So spot on. It's ridiculous.
I was when he even just watching the video where he's doing the Trump with the negative test. It cracks me up. My God, it's so good. Suk, I think our last guest, Michael Mccall, was supposed to be on to sing. I haven't heard from him. I know he got the link to be on. I'm going to play a little bit. I'm going to play you who we missed out on because I don't think he's on. Philly Kid's coming up next. We'll kick the OT in a little early. But here's Michael Mccall doing a little Johnny Cash. I just want to show you this guy because he's so talented. Maybe he got the time wrong, but whatever it is, I'm sure we'll have him back. But here he is. Watch this.
On a Sunday morning sidewalk, I'm wishing, Lord, that I was strong. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes the body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying, quite lonesome as the sound. This sleepy city sidewalk and Sunday morning coming down. In the park I saw Daddy with a laughing little girl. He was swinging. Then I stopped beside a Sunday school and listened to the song they were singing. Then I headed back home, somewhere far away, a distant bell was ringing.
So yeah, that was Michael McCall. He was supposed to be on.
Very good.
But good thing we added John DiDomenico on last minute, because we would have been stuck. Not really. Listen, you and I could sit here and BS all night. We don't even need any guests. That's just a bonus. Hold on. Let me get Philly Kid in here so you can say hello. Philly, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool with your line.
How you guys doing?
Good.
What's
Philly?
up, Philly
How are
Kid?
you?
Not too much. I did like 6 hours of yard work today.
Oh,
and,
there you
so
go.
I didn't have any sunscreen on, so my head feels like it's on fire.
Hold on. Let me see what's happening there. Yeah, you look like a raspberry.
Yeah, I had my ball cap on. Look at the back of my head.
Oh, Jesus.
That's funny. Phil.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was like my ball cap was mesh from the middle back.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's the snap part, so it had that little.
Oh, dude, that's the worst. Can you feel it? Is it like you sunburned, or it's just red? It looks worse.
It's just my whole head is just hot.
Oh my God.
I like the stripes.
Man, that looks like it hurts. So anyway, Phil, listen, Sook isn't on tomorrow. I forgot she had a scheduled thing.
Yeah,
So you'll be in the co-host seat tomorrow night for we got Eric Roberts is on. Hopefully tomorrow.
I think you should do a monologue, Philly.
Oh, Phil, you want to get one of Eric Roberts' movies, like from Runaway Train?
Yes.
You know, because I was just doing it with John DiDomenico with the Charlie. You know, he kept calling John Voight Charlie, and it was just the two of them on that train for the whole movie. It was great.
Yeah. You know, hey, maybe we could give him a little quiz, like, you know, a few movies and
yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, nice.
Eric Roberts will get a quiz tomorrow.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I hope everything's all right, Suki.
No, that was my. Remember that day that I filled in that it's a reschedule.
Yeah, it was a reschedule. Okay. You were going to be on, then you couldn't be on, and then Suki last minute said I could do it.
My thing got canceled, so my thing got moved. You know how it goes. Philly.
Oh yeah.
We're all juggling so much.
Yeah, we're juggling around.
That's right.
Phil, a lot of the of our female viewers would like to rub aloe on your head.
Well, I guess if that's the only thing they rub, I guess it would be all right.
A little aloe.
Unbelievable. Little aloe on the head.
On there though tonight, just to keep
it.
Yeah. Dude, that's brutal. Well, anyway, we're supposed to have Josh Stevens on, who's another amazing singer, but he was coming from the same people who are giving us Michael McCall tonight. So hopefully they get it right. But anyway, Sook, you go have a good night, babe.
Guys,
and
thank you.
Love you, Suki.
All right, thank you. I love you more.
See you later, babe.
Bye, Scotty Cakes.
Bye. Yeah, I forgot she told me she wasn't around tomorrow. I'm sorry she's going to miss Eric Roberts, but her loss is your gain, Phil.
Hey, you know me. I'm a team player.
Yeah, man. Listen,
I sit on the bench, and when Coach Scott says, "Phil, we need you for the big play," I'm in there.
That's like me at WWE. I sit here all day. Hey, we need you. What? What? Am I in, Coach? Wait. And you take off your sweatsuit, but you got your jeans on underneath, like Ralph Malph in Happy Days. And he's like, Malph, what are you doing? He's like, Coach, you've never put me in all season. I never got dressed.
Yeah, that reminds me of a story. When I was in 8th grade, you know, I wrestled in junior high and high school. And one time we were going to a neighboring junior high to wrestle with those wrestlers. And the coach was screaming at us, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So I ran out I was all discombobulated. So I got on the bus. I had a long T-shirt on. And so I said, all right, pause, you're up next. So I get up and I go to tuck my long T-shirt into my shorts. Well, I was in such a rush, I didn't put any shorts on. All I had on was a jock strap. And that, I see that coach from time to time over the years, and he always reminds me of that special story.
Oh my God. So wait, so you it was like this guy's selfie. That's what we saw in the wrestling match right there?
Pretty much. All the wrestlers behind me. That's what they saw.
Oh, that's so funny, man. That is great. Well, listen, Michael McCall, he didn't show. I don't know what happened, but I didn't get any emails, and hopefully everything's okay. I didn't get any emails that he's having trouble getting in.
Yeah,
but I was told he was good, and listen, another great show. Regardless, Lyte Burley was great, the martial arts guy at the beginning.
Yeah,
and I mean, I could have John on the whole. This guy's impressions, man, I love it. He just cracks me up.
Yeah, and, you know, I was waiting for him to do some action star Jason Statham. However, he never saw fit.
You did Statham for him last time he was here, didn't you? I feel like you did that for him one time.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I think so, because he's been on a couple times. Have you any luck with your Facebook page yet?
No, not at all.
Nobody even answers you, right?
No, I mean, like I say, it's such a worldwide conglomeration. They don't care about customer service.
They got to change that, man. They really do. You've got to have a way, especially when you know, God forbid somebody hacks our page. Knock on wood. Somebody hacks our page, our show. While we could still record it, we can't do our live show like this.
Right.
You know, we won't be able to do a live Facebook show. We could still record it, and then I send it out and put it up in places. But if our page goes down, you know, we're done.
Yeah, and I pray that never happens to Suki and Scott show. I mean,
yeah, oh God, me too. I just keep changing that password every week.
Good.
I don't even remember it half the time.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, well, listen, it's we're a couple minutes early for the OT, man. Let's do some singing, and we'll get off a little earlier tonight, unless Michael Mccall shows up. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Where's he from? Is he in a different time zone?
I don't know. I thought maybe the Nashville area. Let me just see. Let me check while you're picking out a song.
Yeah. No,
I want to see. Maybe I screwed up and gave him the wrong time, but I wouldn't have screwed up. Let me see. I sent them the promo shot from today with his picture on it, and then I said, "Hey, is he good to go?" I said, "Can we play his music video?" They said, "Sure." And let's see. Here's the show. He can log in at 8 p.m. Eastern time. He'll be on at 8:05. No, I didn't screw up. You know, unless he thought the 8 p.m. was Pacific time, and it's fine. You know, it's fine.
Central.
Listen, like I said, we added John at the last minute because he's got that show tomorrow night on Fox. So I'm glad we did. He's funny, man. He's funny.
Yeah, he is hilarious, man.
You know what I love about him? Not only does he have the voices down, but his facial expressions take that of the person that he's doing. And it's great, man. I mean, listen, there's so many impressionists, but nobody's got Trump locked down like he does.
No.
He has that locked down.
Yeah.
All right, baby, you want to do a little singing?
Yeah. So Michael Mccall, he was singing a little Johnny Cash.
That was a Johnny Cash tune.
Yeah. So I'll start off with the Johnny Cash tune, and he goes a little something like this. I hear the train a-coming, it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rolling on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line, oh, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Yeah.
I hear the train a coming. You know, Joaquin Phoenix, my wife likes him as Johnny Cash more than Johnny Cash. Joaquin Phoenix is Johnny Cash to her.
Right.
And
right.
I mean, she's watched Walk the Line literally 100 times.
You know, that's kind of how I felt about but who's the actor that played Buddy Holly in the 70s?
Oh, that was Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey. I thought Gary Busey was a lot better Buddy Holly than Buddy Holly was.
Yeah.
But,
hey, Philly Kid, listen, Michael Mccall just popped in.
Okay.
So he is here, much to our delight.
Nice.
So what was already a fantastic show just keeps going. So here's what we'll do. We're going to bring Michael in because he is an amazing singer. I'll bring him in right after we play you a little bit of one of his latest tunes. Check it out.
Look over there who just walked in. Still just as beautiful to me as she was back then. No, she ain't changed a lick. And I heard she's moved on and doing well, with that cross the room happy on her smile. It ain't hard to tell she was meant for someone else. He looks good on her like I did back then. He's holding on to her. Man, I wish I had.
Ah, there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Michael, how are you, pal?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep. Can hear you good, my
Sorry
friend.
for hopping in late. I have 2 different emails and they had 2 different times.
See, that's what I said. I said maybe he had the wrong time. But the good thing is, and I'm sorry you missed Suki. She was here for our first 2 guests. She had to go. Phil is our resident musical director / crooner. But we usually do a little overtime, so it's good. We're still on. We're still here. And now at least that you got on, when I edit the show tomorrow, I can get you in for all the other platforms that we send it out to. But thanks for coming on, man. Good to see you, bud.
I should have either paid attention better or maybe should have not paid attention. Maybe I would have.
Hey, at least you have a good connection. You'd be surprised how many people come on and they just freeze up every 5 seconds.
Oh, really? That's good.
Yeah, so you look good. You look good.
I ran because when people ask me to do a song like this via Zoom or whatever, it's horrible quality. So I ran everything through a little PA through this.
There you go.
iRig and then up to the camera. Like it's a mess in here. I probably won't get out of here. Get outside spider web in here right now.
Oh man, so how you doing, man? Everything's going well. You're into this music thing full time, right?
Well, not quite because I have bills. But if no, I am. I'm trying to do it the right way full time because I never wanted to be that guy that Chris Farley told us about, living in the van down by the river.
Down by the river, yeah.
So I'm still working and then I'm, gigging and writing and recording, also. But it's a little different now. I have more freedom too. Like it's more of a career than it was, say, 3 years ago, where I was just, hey, I have a gig Friday. I need off for work from, it's a little different now. So.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. And we listen earlier when we were killing time, hoping you'd show up. We played that great version of Johnny Cash, the song you sang. So we played that. But listen, man, I'm glad you're here. You want to sing a couple, and then we'll BS a little in between?
Yeah, sure, man. Anything you guys? I was thinking about what to play, and I was always thinking, no matter where I go, it's always old country requests.
Old country.
It always is. You know, it's just the way it is. But so I'll do a Keith Whitley.
There you go.
I know you love him. Long time ago. Even now in my heart, you still want him, I know. But darling, this time, let your memories die. When you hold me tonight, don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's here. It's some fantasy. Darling, just once. Let yesterday go. And you'll find more love you've ever known when you hold me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Maybe I've been a fool, holding on all this time, lying here in your arms, knowing he's on your mind. But I keep hoping someday you see the light. Let it be tonight. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's in some fantasy. Darling, just once, let yesterday go. We'll find more love you've ever known when you hold me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Little Keith.
Nice.
Keith Whitley, one of the legends. What a goosebumps, man. And that's awesome. So where, hey, Michael, where are you from? And are you living in Nashville now?
No, I'm kind of going back into when I have to go to Nashville. Had plans to move there last year, and I was looking for places, and actually we had a couple that I was considering, and then the COVID thing popped out. I thought, you know what, the big city is the last place I want to be.
Yeah.
So I stayed here in southern Mississippi. I live just outside of Hattiesburg.
Wow, okay. Mississippi. Oof.
Where you guys out of?
Well, I live in he's in Oklahoma. I'm up in the New York City area, just in the suburbs of New York. And I'll tell you, I've been, I think, in every state of this country except Mississippi.
Oh man, that hurts, man.
Yeah, no, not by choice.
I actually grew up in Washington State, so if you could think of a culture shock, when I was in high school, we moved down. My dad's like, "Hey," he got into the forestry business down here, so he's like, "Hey, we're moving to Mississippi," and I was like, "We ain't moving." He's like, "Oh yeah." So you see how that worked out.
Yeah, that worked out well.
I love it down here, man. I'm close to the Gulf, so I can get to Orange Beach and Pensacola and Panama. It's not far, and I love to fish, so it's all I do like it down here. So
that's great, man. That was great. And your father was also a songwriter, right? Played the guitar.
Yes, he's my dad. He writes Christian music. Great great songwriter though. Like I've tried to play his stuff, but halfway through the song I'm all teary eyed with a big lump in my throat. Like it's the truth, you know. He writes the truth, and he writes great stories. A great writer.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. What was it that got you as an artist? What was it that got you into country music?
Mississippi, most likely, because growing up I listened to rock, and which I liked all those people, but moving down here I developed a southern drawl a little bit, so it's sort of I mean, you wouldn't want me to talk like this and then bust out with some rock and roll, you know. It would be like the guy from Ohio that goes to, I've been to these festivals, and the guy from Ohio is like, hey, this is John from Ohio, and then you'll start singing dirt roads, and they're like, John. I had no choice, but I love country music. I like to tell a story when I write. I mean, I do a lot of, you know, the bar gigs where, like, I like to play stuff. I like stories. It might just be a buzzkill in a bar. You know what I mean? They're like, oh man, that is sad. So I still battle with that, having to pick the crowd favorites over stuff I like to sing, you know, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Speaking of that, since we're at the tail end of the pandemic, hopefully, you know, everything's trying to get back to normal. How's your touring or your gigs?
Man, they're opening up a little better. The festivals are starting to come back in the South. I know up in New York they probably won't for a while, but I know, like, you know, there's a lot of the Southern festivals are coming out, and the Midwest festivals, and, you know, the bars are back to having full capacity in venues. So but it is weird though, because when, you know, booking before, you could be like, well, this is what I have to have, you know, to bring a band or to come with a 2-piece. And now you understand, like, they went through, just like musicians did, they went through something worse than I did, because I didn't have overhead like they did. You know, you think about these venues and the overhead that they have, and then coming out trying to make it. So now it's a little different to where you're like, what can you pay? And then we'll try to make it work to where, you know, we'll try to help them out, because they get us in front of the local people, you know? So,
right.
But yeah, we're hoping that everything starts to break open and these businesses can get back to, you know, catch up a little bit to where, you know, they can have a band in every Friday and Saturday night and pay them what the band needs.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be once everybody's back, it's going to be wild.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was in the gym this morning and I walked in and no one had masks on. And I forgot that as of today, it was, if you have the vaccine, you don't need the mask. And I walked in and I'm like, what the hell it's different in here? I couldn't even figure. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden I'm like, holy cow, I'm seeing all these people's faces who I've never, you know, I see them physically, but you don't see
you didn't know what they actually look like.
And I can't tell you how many times I said, you look better with the mask on. I must have said that 10 times today. You look better with the mask on.
The only thing I like about the mask, okay, because I got kicked out of so many stores because I would forget it in the truck.
Yeah, you just forget it.
Way across the park, or be in there like, do you have a mask? I'm like, yeah, it's in my truck. But the only thing I did like was the restaurants. I ain't got a problem with them wearing a mask while they're breathing over my food and making.
Absolutely, you know? Man. Absolutely. I still wore the mask.
Weight over the pandemic. I was so confident.
Let me ask you a question, because I listen to your voice. Do you know do you do any Zac Brown band?
Yeah, I do. Let me see. I used to, over the years, I've done like the stuff that I liked that he had out. I did Colder Weather.
I was just going to ask you about Colder Weather, my favorite tune.
Yes, that is a great song. What's the lyric on that song?
I just thought of, I'm thinking of I Ride East every other. That's a whole nother song. No, it's she'd take Colorado if he takes her with him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whose is the door? Yeah, that's such a great, as far as a story song. That's a story.
Yeah. You know, that's really good, man.
But it's probably the truth. It probably happened to somebody, whoever wrote that. You know. Yeah,
no, it's great. So do you play that one, or it's too tough?
No, I do that song. The song I struggle with, it's hard to do Zac Brown because the harmonies in that band. You know, it's like when people cover the Eagles. and the Eagles have these great harmonies, and then when you're doing it solo, it's just like, man, that is dead.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I don't know any of that. I don't know.
You would if I tried to do say like Goodbye in Her Eyes. You know the Zach Brown. I saw goodbye in her, and you're gonna be hearing and it's not gonna come. It's just gonna be me going How
about Toes? You got Toes?
Yeah, man, I haven't done it in so long.
All right.
I got my toes on the wild.
Ass in the sand, not a worry in the world. The cold.
So I had to put that one away. So I did. But no,
I
love that song because he had such a cool sound with that classical guitar and the style.
Yeah. Good song. All right, forget Zach Brown. Forget him.
Okay.
Yeah. Sing one of your favorites.
You do whatever you like, Mike.
Whatever I like. Let's see. Wait, if I can remember the words, and if I mess this up, y'all go through and delete it.
All right. Absolutely.
But I just heard, you guys know who Sturgill Simpson is?
I don't. Phil, you know Sturgill Simpson?
Sturgill.
Anyway, don't worry about Sturgill either. I'm going to do this song. I've heard he put a bluegrass album out. So I was like, my girlfriend and I were in the Ozarks a week or so ago, just on a little vacation. And I was like, I want to hear his bluegrass stuff. And so I fell in love with this one song that he has out. And I'm going to try to do it.
Beautiful.
Mess it up, then
we'll erase it. Don't worry about it.
Wish I was riding the steam train right out of the pages of time, down through the old roaring 20s to the fall of 1929. Back in the heyday of railroad, before airplanes uttered and flew, and colored me in like a cartoon hobo, doing what bombs used to do. Songs from the great Jimmy Rogers, hearing old Bing Crosby crew. This is a song of how things used to be in the script of a hobo cartoon. Show me hopping boxcar somewhere south of the yard. Make it a Santa Fe boxcar, colored all rusty and hard. Sketch out an old jungle. Let the old days come alive on the page. Build a rough shack down by the tracks, weather it heavy with age. Songs from the great Jimmy Rogers, hearing old Bing Crosby crew. This is a song of how things used to be in the script of a hobo cartoon. Songs from the great Jimmy Rogers, hearing old Bing Crosby crew. This is a song of how things used to be in the script of a hobo cartoon. There's a few more lines to that, but that is my favorite song as of recent. Thank you.
Nice.
Good, man. You, I think the women watching the show around the world are they're digging your hair a little bit. I know that.
Oh, it's a mess. I know. I got out of the shower.
I'm glad you have that problem, Michael. I'm glad somebody does.
Listen, that song "He Looks Good on You" that we played earlier. I was listening to the words. He looks good on you, kind of like I used to do. Right, that's the premise of it.
Good on her, yes.
Right, he looks good on her.
We had a thing Saturday night, and someone said, "Hey, play that song. She looks good on me."
Did you write that one yourself?
Yeah, well, not by myself. I wrote that with the guy that's helping me out along the way. That he was a writer up in Nashville for a while, and he moved back here. We met. He sent me a happy birthday thing. It's like because we were friends on Facebook, we never actually met, and so I said, "Hey, we should write." And then we got together, and that was the first thing we wrote. That was we wrote it really fast. It was weird. It's kind of clicked, but he's kind of helping me in a manager role now. Like he knows the people of Nashville that I don't need to tangle up with, and the people like, the goods, where I don't fall in. But yeah, Scott Randall Rhodes wrote that with me.
And was that something that somebody went through? Is that like written about an old girlfriend, his or yours, or no?
No, not. Well, that's what I was telling him. Like I said, it's weird that it kind of worked out that way because I haven't experienced that, but I know there's some dude at some bellied up to some bar somewhere.
Sure.
And his ex walks in with a new guy, and he's like, "Oh man, look how happy she is." So he's like, "I'm just going to shut up and sit over here."
All right. How happy she is. That sucks.
Look how happy she is. That's a song right there.
A sad song, and we didn't want him to be bitter, but we wanted him to be awkward, just uncomfortable, and just in that situation anybody would be, but. Yeah,
I love it, man. It's a good song.
Nice.
Well, listen, man. But before you go, can you give us one more and and let everybody know where they could find you too before you go? Yes. Let's give everybody the address. And it's listen, man. You're a talented guy. Your voice is great, and just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually, something will pop, man. You got to.
I appreciate it, man. People, if they can follow me at Michael Mccall Music on Facebook and at Michael Mccall Music on Instagram and at Michael Mccall _, or at Michael Mccall _music on Twitter. And then I just got on TikTok. And it's the weirdest thing, but it's actually entertaining. So that is actually Michael Mccall Music also. So they can follow me on those places. I'm trying to figure out how to do TikTok stuff to where you get it like just when you figure something out a little bit, they pop out something different. They
give you something new. Yeah, absolutely.
Kid to show you how to do it. Like
ask a 9-year-old. Yeah, they'll tell you. They'll show you. Pam Apollonie is wondering if do you know any Keith Urban?
I do, but not well enough that I would try to spit it out.
Don't worry about
it. I would embarrass myself and you guys, and the show would get canceled. And then,
who's your favorite artist to do? Like, who do you think you do the best?
Man, I don't know. I do a ton of George Strait. I don't know if I do him good enough or just that he's just so popular that that's what everybody requests. So I do. I do so many, and I could do one of those if you want. If
sure, Amarillo by morning.
Yesterday, I think it was his birthday or something like that.
Was it his birthday?
I believe it was.
Huh.
Light it up.
Your telephone rang about 8:45. She heard his voice on the other end of the line. She wondered what was wrong this time. She never knew what his calls might bring. With a cowboy like him could be anything. She always expected the worst in the back of her mind. He said it's cold out here and I'm all alone. Didn't make the show through again, and I'm coming home. I know I've been away too long. Never got a chance to ride her car. I know this rodeo's been hard on me so, but I'll be home soon. And honey, there's something wrong. She said, don't bother coming home. By the time you get here, I'll be home.
gone. If somebody knew, and he sure ain't no rodeo man. He said, I'm sorry it's come down to this. So much about you I'm gonna miss. But it's alright, baby. If I hurry, I can still make shine. Gotta go now, baby. If I hurry, I can still make shine. If that phone dangling off the hook, you slowly turned around and gave it one last look, and then he just walked away. Aimed his truck toward that Wyoming light. With a little luck, you could still get there in time. In the back of his mind, still hear her say, she said, don't bother coming home. By the time you get here, I'll be long gone. If somebody knew, and sure ain't no rodeo man. He said, I'm sorry it's come down to this. So much about you I'm gonna miss. But it's alright, baby. If I hurry, I can still make shine. Gotta go now, baby. If I hurry, I can still make shine. Her telephone rang about 8:45. She heard his voice on the other end of the line. She wondered what was wrong. She never knew what his thought might bring. The cowboy like him could be anything. She'd always expected the words in the back of her mind. Yeah, so happy birthday, George.
Nice.
Woo. Yep, yesterday was his birthday, 69 years old. Nice tribute. Nice.
Michael, there you go. I was going to say the bad news is you froze. The good news is we still heard your voice.
Yeah.
But you were frozen. You were frozen with your eyes closed.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was the expression on my face?
Yeah, just kind of like that.
Hey, you look good though, man. You look good.
Hey, listen, man, you sound amazing, dude. Listen, I'd love to have you back another time if you're up for it. And
yeah, absolutely, and we'll have our end of the deal straight and be on time.
Dude, you just keep plugging away. Tell us one more time where our audience can find you.
Yeah, Michael Mccall Music on Facebook and at Michael Mccall Music on Instagram. Michael Mccall Music on TikTok. Just those 3 words, 2 names and a word, and you will find me somewhere. And the website is michaelmccallmusic.com. So
beautiful, Michael. Thank you, my friend. Listen, I'll be in Nashville 4th of July weekend. If you're around, we'll have a couple shots at tequila.
Absolutely, man. Just you know how to get in touch. You know how to get in touch with me. Yeah, y'all take care. I appreciate you guys having me. I had a great time. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. You're awesome,
Thank you,
buddy.
Michael. Oh, that's a talented guy, Phil.
Wow. Yes, man.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, can sing, got looks, got awesome hair.
Yeah.
I hate him. He's a good dude.
Funny. Everybody's writing in to telling you how to take care of that burn on your head.
Yeah.
Listen, give me, because we got to end the show in a sec.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I will be back tomorrow night with Eric Roberts, and Josh Stevens will be here. Looking forward to that. Eric Roberts going to be cool.
Awesome.
Give me about 1 minute of a tune, and then we got to call it a night, baby.
Okay, George Strait's birthday yesterday, so oh how you sparkle, oh how you shine, the flush on your cheeks is more than the wine. You look so good in love. You want him, it's easy to see. You look so good in love. I wish you still wanted me. Yeah.
Nice.
Happy birthday, George. Hey, real quick, Lee Burke, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lee. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lee.
Happy birthday, Lee. Good night, everybody. Listen, we'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you so much. Tell your friends, share the show. Tell everybody about